autism, since we, that is autistics, are the chosen people of gaming, as stated in religious gaming scripture. Autistic pride. Semper Games. Over.
All right, thank you. Yeah, I've got 90% Asperger's. That's why
guys,
autismspeaks.org thing. So
yeah. People, I somehow failed to restart the recording.
He gets 8,000.
Well, that's fine. I'm recording, so I got it.
Saying he needs braces. He needs braces.
And 90% Asperger's, is that self-diagnosed or from a doctor or?
Well, it's been diagnosed. I've been diagnosed with the disorder ever since November 2004. They said I have 90% Asperger's.
This call is being recorded.
8,000 of his subscribers are just laughing at him.
I think that's all
8,540 subscribers.
I have a question for Sammy.
Those subscribers are fucking dummy account that he made.
I trust, you are, I think, familiar with Jasper's ethnicity and gaming study, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Well, it clearly shows that Latinos have an innate disability when it comes to gaming reflexes, and I was hoping that you as a Latino could shine some light on the hardships of day-to-day gaming life of possessing such a disability. And as an Arab, aka Muslim, I'm a gifted gamer and all overall, and my gaming heart really goes out to you. Latino pride. Over.
All right. Well, let's see. I don't know. Maybe since I'm autistic, and maybe since I have the chosen one abilities, I'm not really good at RPGs.
Oh, really? Which branch of autism do you hail from?
Asperger's syndrome.
Congratulations! It's a Spurgfest. Yeah. Over.
Yeah, I'm actually not good at RPGs. I'm more FPS based.
Same here.
Well, you're very brave for gaming in your condition. Over.
Okay. That's your only question?
Those are all the questions I have.
I got a question. I'm questioning the quality of the Super Mario Jump. You said it was recorded on a Betamax tape, and I'm sensing the emulation quality of it. So how is it so clear that if it was recorded on a Betamax tape? So it's very interesting to see. It looks like very emulation quality.
Well, I'm not really, as you can tell, I'm kind of technically disabled. I'm not sure. Well, like I said, I'm confused even at just thinking about using a next-gen gaming controller. And I'm not the one who recorded the jump. That was done at Jasper's house, and he recorded using it. So it's a shame he's not here, so we could go into the specifics. But I don't understand. This is a question that I've been receiving a lot in these interviews. But I don't understand how you could doubt the authenticity, since it's right there in plain sight for you to see.
Well, actually, what could have happened, since, usually Betamax tapes are usually, that have really choppy quality, but, sometimes YouTube can change the quality. It depends on what editing system you use.
And what editing
I see. Well, maybe, I know Jasper's, he's got connections in high editing places, since we're cranking out all sorts of, we're really busy making some Semper Games media and refining them, and I'm sure, no doubt, that he ran it through the same sources that we're using. Over.
So who's going next? So it'll be Junior Fan who will be going next.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to think of a question. Let's see here. Now, going back in the ethnicity and gaming stuff, do you know where the pie charts and other charts that Games Master Jasper has used? Do you know where he stated in the video? Because he said he was going to do it in his next video, and unfortunately, I hadn't seen any of the pie charts and line graphs and stuff like that.
Well, he's posted them. He says he's posted it on his blog. I don't know what the blog is. I haven't seen it. I haven't seen them on the computer, but I have seen them in person, and they're surprising. They're just look at. I'm sure that some of you guys here have some varied ethnics in your group of gaming friends, and just really you can see the science in action. It's if you were to game with them. If you're, just look inside yourselves. Look objectively. Try to look objectively. At your Latino inclinations, at your Aspergian inclinations, and just see that the science is there. If you just look objectively. Over.
But all my black friends play shooters
Well,
and
I'm sure they
RPGs.
could play them, or attempt to play them, at least. But they're springing out from there. I think they're squandering their gift. I think they're throwing away their game given. I guess you could say racial trait. They're squandering their gift of puzzle gaming. Over.
I have another
So,
question. With the Wii's Virtual Console, which lets you emulate various older consoles, would you consider it a viable platform for true gamers?
The Wii?
Yes.
That's a next gen console, so no, and well, I'm going to be playing Mega Man 8 on the Xbox 360, but I think that no, it's Mega Man 8 for Mega Man 8-bit.
It's clearly says Mega Man 9.
Yeah, it's Mega Man 9 because it's the 9th in the series. The 8th one was
It
on
might-
the PlayStation.
It might be a regional thing since Mario 4, Super Mario 4 for the NES is due out this year, and but if you look at Japan, they call their Super Mario Brothers 4 is actually Super Mario World for the Super Nintendo. Over.
They're still making NES games?
Yes.
Yeah.
In certain places they are.
Well, I heard people making them, but interesting. So, my question is about the game, the Halo 3 game fuel or whatever. Because I remember seeing either your video or Game Master Jabber video saying that he was quote-unquote poisoned by Latino poison by eating a Pocky. And he was rushed to the hospital where they injected him with a game fuel IV.
That was Jasper, yeah. But I'm glad he made a full recovery. And
So
I hope Magus didn't get to him. I hope that.
What exactly is a Pocky?
It's
those little wheat sticks that it's a Japanese kind of snack.
Have it ever? I'm not a doctor, but if you inject someone with like gaming for one, somehow your heart fail or something because you're injecting something form that's not blood in your bloodstream.
Well, maybe if you're not a real gamer, if you're not a true gamer, I can see how your body wouldn't be accustomed to the overload of gaming nutrients.
Either way, your body cannot handle the whatever is in the gaming field, so your heart, something would not.
But Jihad Jerry, Gaming Fuel promotes Halo 3, and Halo 3 is a next-gen game. Isn't that disobeying the true gamer order?
Right, and that's adding insult to injury. That's just a slap in the face because, as I've said, Game Fuel it's a millennia tradition of brewing, and they've incorporated. They've taken my people, the Arabs, aka Muslims, our rich history of Game Fuel brewing, and they've incorporated it to sell this next-gen console trash. It's sickening.
Game Fuel was only a promotional for Halo 3. No other game had that.
No. It's been around for millennia. Actually, when I achieved my Mario jump, I cracked open a millennia brew that was handed down from generation, like from 1,000 years ago, the millennia brew, from professional Muslim gamers. And that's what really gave me the extra boost to do that Mario jump. Not to say that any game fuel isn't good for helping with the Mario jumps, but that one certainly did the trick, as you could see.
Yeah, I got a question. I heard people criticizing you that for your little Semper Games community is being a cult and the brainwashing thing behind that one that Semper Game is. So is that kind of accurate about being in a cult?
I don't see how it's a cult. I think that Semper Games is as much a cult as being, as much as an appropriate label of being cultist as being a Latino or being an Aspergian, like 3 out of 5 of us in this chat room right now. It's just something that's innately in you or isn't. And I'd really like to say that it's sad. I'm genuinely sad right now that you guys just, for whatever reason, have labeled us a cult and just can't see it, can't let us into your gaming hearts. Our message is nothing but love, and mostly games, but love too, and love of games.
I also have something to add about it. I subscribe to Magus X1 and he seems like a pretty nice guy, so why are you all picking on him in Time Warp 1? He seems
I'm
like
not
a really
picking on
nice guy because during the death threat video, that guy doesn't sound like Magus X1 at all.
Well, images of what we create in our gaming communities can often be deceiving. It's I think he comes off as a pretty nice guy too, but you have to admit that you see his ugly side in
No, not
Jasper's
really.
manifesto, as well as my Q&A number 4. He left a message for me in the fourth Q&A. Over.
But Jerry, you say you get impersonators all the time. What if that was a Magus X1 impersonator?
I think Jasper, especially with the Latino poison in his pocky, I think that really seals the deal. Especially, I don't think it's a coincidence that Magus X1 would call him and say, "Hey, I'm going to poison you. I'm going to throw a pineapple through your window." And not only has his pocky been poisoned and sent him to the gaming hospital, but he threw a pineapple through his window and blew up his gaming collection.
So yeah, how does a pineapple explode? Like, do you have to put gunpowder or something in it to make it?
Pineapple's actually Latino slang for an MK2 grenade. You could look it up. It's all there. Over.
Interesting. Junior, go ahead.
Alright. Now, I've seen another one of Games Master Jasper's latest videos, which I think he was talking about Mr. Shiggy or whatever his name is.
Yeah.
He's an old friend of ours. He's a great friend. Over.
Well, how did Games Master Jasper get an interview with Shiggy? I think
the question you want to ask.
Miyamoto.
Hey, I'm talking here, gamers. I think the question you want to ask is, how did Shiggy get an interview with Games Master Jasper? Now, if you notice, when you listen to the interview, he thanks Jasper for finally letting him appear on the show, since it's the number 2 rated show in Japan, and he's been asking for months to come on, and Jasper finally allowed him, and for whatever reason, you guys aren't satisfied with it.
Jihad Jerry.
Let me think here. Sorry to interrupt. Well, let me ask you something. Why does he have a British accent, when he's Japanese?
I didn't really notice an accent. I don't see accents. Everybody's the same to me. Everybody, we're all gamers. He's a talented, especially him. He's a gaming god, really. And if you can't see past these things, well, then you might want to take a look in your gaming heart. I'll say a gaming prayer for you all. Over.
Jihad Jerry. You know that
Over.
that Shiggy Miyamoto, he helped invent the Wii, which is a next-gen system. Wouldn't that make him be a traitor to gaming rather than a god, in your true gamer opinion?
Well, I think really, I've seen actually some of the pictures of Shiggy, because even though I don't really care for next-gen consoles, I'm still a big Shiggy enthusiast, and I really think he's being led along because of contractual obligations. I saw the pictures of him doing that. He's using the Wiimote, is it called?
Yeah.
The Wii remote. He's using it for one of their, he's using it as a horn or a trumpet or something. And the look in his face, he didn't look enthusiastic at all. He looked like a dead man. He looked like his gaming soul was just ripped out of his body. And I'm sure it's been that way for years, especially after the end of the gaming golden era. So I think he's really just in it for contractual obligations. That was not a gaming. I don't know if you've seen the picture I'm talking about, but he certainly did not look pleased. Over.
Well, the trumpet you're speaking of is probably from Wii Music during the Nintendo's E3 press conference.
That's the one, yeah. Over.
Which I'm very displeased of. They didn't really announce anything.
I've been displeased for over a decade now, so get in, buddy. Over.
Yeah, I play a whole bunch of different variety of games. I don't pretty much play a particular genre or so.
Hold on a second.
I don't really.
This call is being.
Okay. I play a variety of games. You see, I don't really play a particular brand or thing.
Well, let's. So you're saying that you play games that have been made within the last decade or so?
From the Super Nintendo all the way up to 360.
Well, to that, I have to say, your loss. You're lost. You're missing out on some gaming classics. You're missing out.
You play a whole bunch of gaming classics and all that, and newer ones.
You're missing out though. You're throwing away your chance at gaming it up with your 72 booth babes.
I'm surprised
With
you're
taking
not
taking
very-
their gaming. Did I say over? Come on.
My bad,
I'm trying to
my
answer
bad.
your question here. All right, you're taking. It's really your loss because you're taking your own chance of gaming salvation away from yourself. You could be gaming it up in gaming paradise with your 72 virgin booth babe gamers. You could take their gaming virginity, and you're squandering this gift. You're squandering the good gaming work. And again, I just have to say you're lost, and I hope you can find the light sometime in your life. It's not too late.
I play a whole bunch of good classics like Super Metroid and all that, and the prize you don't really like Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time, which is, in my opinion, the best game ever created.
Metroid is excellent.
What?
Metroid is excellent. It's an excellent game. She's an excellent gaming role model. She's everything a gamette should be. She
This
should be a
call
role
is
model
being
for gamette.
recorded.
Over.
So yeah.
What do you think of the personal computer as a gaming platform?
Well, that kind of falls into next gen gaming. I know that's definitely most of the it's a popular way to game, and I'm also aware that these games are above 16 bits. So
What
that's just
about
as bad.
older games? I mean, the PC
Excuse me?
does not discriminate. You can get older PC games that have 16 bits.
Right, but arguably the dominant developing going on at the moment right now is post 16 bits. Get over it.
There's not really
I mean-
development on PC.
Can you name like 3? No, 5, 10, 15, 20. Can you name 20 16-bit or below PC games that have come out within the last 5 years? Over.
Oh yeah,
No.
every single Flash game.
Those are
Yeah.
flash games. I'm talking about professional developed games.
What about the Microsoft XNA games?
I'm glad that people go out and make their own games, but like I said, like it's been stated, the main cause of the revolution, the gaming revolution, is to fight back against these gaming corporations. If the users go out and make games that are 16-bit below, more power to them. I hope they find their way to the revolution. But I'm talking about the developers, the gaming corporations. Over.
Why does games that aren't 16-bit, why are they discriminated against?
You mean by the gaming religion?
Yes.
Because they're moving forward, but they're really not bringing.
It's 7
anything.
o'clock.
If you remember, back in the golden age of gaming, it's actually called the golden age of gaming. Back in the Super Nintendo days, especially, there were games every month coming out that were classics. You could look in your Nintendo Power, whatever, and you'd see games like Earthbound and Chrono Trigger. Chrono Trigger was my last most anticipated title. That was my last most anticipated title before Mega Man 8 is coming out. And so it's nice to have a new anticipated title after what, a decade or so. And but yeah, you could see classic A plus 100%, whatever you want to call them, A1 games coming out every month, and now you're just you're seeing these games with what they're called. What are they? Retro revivals. They're cashing in on the classic good gaming name of these games, and I'd like to take further issue with the phrase a retro revival, because that kind of assumes that the game is dead. If you're reviving it, I think that they're very much alive, and they're making a mockery of its life. It's immortal. How can you put a death, announce the death of a classic? Over.
Well, it's not dead if you're on the Wii. The Wii has Super
Virtual
Nintendo,
console.
Genesis,
I'd like
and
to
all
say
the
that this is
8
going to be
and
the
16-bit
last
games.
question that I answer. This interview's been going on for almost
Hold
40
on,
minutes.
can I answer the question or ask something? Have you played a game on the NES called Action 52?
This question was actually asked. Jasper's played Action 53, but I played the original Action, just Action, the original.
Action 52, the one that made by Active Enterprises.
Well, right, that's a sequel. That's one of the many sequels to the original Action
Oh,
game.
Cheetah Men 2.
Excuse me?
Cheetah Men 2. it was a sequel on one of the games on the Action 52 cartridge.
Well, I haven't played Cheetah Man. I've only played Action, the original. Over.
I never heard of that one.
Well, I'm sorry to say that's your loss. You should look up.
Oh,
You should look these up.
Action 52 isn't really all that good of a game.
Yeah. Well, that's usually the what happens when you make sequels to any game. And I'm certain after 51, 52 sequels, you really should be.
The reason why it has 52 because on the cartridge it has 52 crappy games all on one cartridge. It's a multi-card.
Well, I'm sure that's, like I said, the quality kind of goes downhill once you make all these sequels.
I've never heard that Activision Enterprises made Action or Action 52 because what they pretty much only made is Action 52 and Cheetah Man 2.
Well, like I said, you haven't heard of it, so you should look it up. You should get to know your gaming history. In fact, right now, as of this moment, I'm declaring it Gaming History Month. Upcoming for Ramadan, because for Ramadan's coming up September 1st, so I'm not going to be allowed to game until sundown. So I'd like to announce, while we're not gaming, we could be studying. So make the best of it. Over.
Okay, so
and on that note, I'd like to say that was the last question I was going to answer. So I just like to say, happy gaming Ramadan. Make the most of gaming of the Gaming History Month and Semper Games, Latino Pride.
All right.
Wow, guys, I just talked to Game Master Jasper.